You get into your car every morning and instinctively grip the steering wheel within a system that has already been standardized. White lane markings, reflective road signs, 3-color traffic lights. Everything looks modern and rational. Yet the side of the road you drive on, right or left, is not a product of the 21st century. Its origins may trace back to a very specific mechanical motion, how a right-handed knight drew his sword when confronting a stranger on a narrow, dirt road 700 years ago. Around 90% of the world's population is right-handed. That statistic sounds dry. But picture this. In an army of 1,000 soldiers, 900 would hold their swords in their right hand. When two groups of mounted knights approached each other on a road, only a few meters wide, just enough for 2 horses to pass each rider wanted, his right hand closer to his opponent for the fastest possible weapon draw. That practical instinct led to a survival habit, keeping to the left side of the road. This positioning placed each rider's right hand between them, ready for action. In medieval Europe, this unwritten rule spread because it made mechanical sense. A sword was typically worn on the left hip, so the right hand could draw it across the body. Riding on the left side of the road ensured the sword could be drawn freely, unobstructed by the horse's body. Small physical details, the scabbard's placement, and the inertia of a 500-kilogram horse. Roughly the weight of a grand piano forced riders to choose the most efficient orientation. When thousands of encounters followed the same logic, habit gradually hardened into convention. The story does not end on dusty medieval roads. It moves into the era of horse-drawn carriages. By the 17th and 18th centuries, freight wagons dominated European trade routes. Drivers commonly sat on the right side of the carriage if they held the whip in their right hand. Sitting on the right allowed them to better monitor the left wheel, the one closest to the center of the road, to avoid collisions. This posture naturally encouraged keeping to the right side of the road. The logic had shifted from armed defense to optimizing visibility and vehicle control. The change did not happen uniformly. In England, the tradition of keeping left was formalized in 1773 through the Highway Act, which required traffic to stay to the left when crossing London Bridge. As Britain expanded its colonial influence, this rule traveled with it to India, Australia, and South Africa. Meanwhile, much of continental Europe gradually adopted right-side driving, particularly during the era of Napoleon Bonaparte. He not only reformed civil law, but also standardized many administrative and traffic regulations in territories under his control. French troops marched on the right, and conquered regions were required to follow suit to ensure military coordination. Today, about 2/3 of the world drives on the right. The remaining third keeps left. These numbers do not represent right or wrong. They reflect historical trajectories. A military or administrative decision can endure for centuries because physical infrastructure, roads, bridges, cray stations, signage is built around it. Repainting a 10-meter stretch of road is simple. Repainting an entire nation spanning hundreds of thousands of kilometers becomes a logistical operation on a massive scale. That reality brings us to a remarkable morning in Northern Europe. On September 30, Etienne Jobeloshchi, at Chinch, 0 a.m. Sweden officially switched from left side to right side driving in an event known as Dagen Age. More than 360 000 road signs were replaced overnight. Imagine 366 000 metal plates stacked together. They would form a column rivaling the height of a skyscraper. Approximately 8,000 workers participated in the operation. Buses had to modify their entry doors. Citizens were instructed to stop driving at 4:50 a.m. Wait 10 minutes, and then carefully move to the opposite side when signaled. The results were unexpected.
Must be rationalized.
Traffic accidents declined in the first months after the transition. The reason was not that right-side driving is inherently safer than left-side driving. It was psychological. When people are forced to change familiar habits, they drive more cautiously. Heightened attention reduces risk. That calculated sense of disruption revealed something essential. Traffic rules are not purely technical systems, they are expressions of collective behavior. If we return to the starting point, a narrow dirt road and a right-handed knight, we can see a chain of cause and effect stretching across centuries.
Watch out for the crane.
From the position of a sword
Only 3 more
scabbard
days
to the
until
seat
Dagon
of a
Age. I hope
carriage
this goes
driver,
smoothly. Let's
from
get
a
right there,
law
lock it in.
governing London Bridge to
All
a
right, fire the bolts
nationwide
now.
operation in Scandinavia, each transition relied on specific forms of optimization: visibility, reaction time, vehicle control, and military coordination. Now consider yourself in a modern electric car.
The street is
Lane-keeping
closed right
assistance
now. We ask
systems
that you
use
please turn
cameras and
around and use
algorithms
the
to
detour.
keep your wheels aligned within painted lines. The technology processes hundreds of frames per second faster than human reflexes, yet it still operates within a convention shaped by the biomechanics of a right arm holding a sword centuries ago. That thought produces a particular kind of chill. A personal survival instinct evolved into a global standard. No future-oriented committee ever gathered to design this system from scratch. It emerged from millions of repeated interactions over time. If something as small as the placement of a scabbard could influence the traffic map of the world, how many other ordinary details around us carry similar ancient logic? The next time you look at your steering wheel or a painted lane marking, you might trace its timeline backward. You may discover that another modern tool is quietly preserving the imprint of a distant battlefield. And if you want to continue uncovering these hidden logics, from the carriage driver's leather whip to how car manufacturers decide where to place the steering wheel, there are still many roads we have yet to explore.